This episode of Two in the Cooler comes to you in affiliation with Instacart. Instacart is the best way to get your groceries in 2020 and avoid all those crowded grocery stores. That's the one thing I hate about grocery stores is the crowds. And let's be honest, there's a risk there of seeing some people that you know that you don't want to talk to, you don't want to necessarily see. Okay, that can be a little awkward. Let's not beat around the bush, okay? Why don't you just avoid all that and use Instacart? That way, the only person you have to talk to is the delivery person. And you don't even have to talk to them, but you should because they're very nice people. And Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $35 or more. All you have to do is go to the link in our show notes. What more reason do you need, guys? Avoid crowded grocery stores. Get your favorite products from local and big businesses delivered right to your front door. Use Instacart today. All right, this episode is just Matt and I, and it gets interesting. I have to say up top, for legal reasons, that Ted Cruz is not the Zodiac Killer, and we don't believe that he is the Zodiac Killer. That's the kind of podcast that you're in for, guys. So I hope you enjoy this episode. As always, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Give us a subscribe if you feel like it, and a rating if you're up to the task. And for us, it'd be pretty cool if you would share the podcast to some people some people you like. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it'd be cool if you did do that. So anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Enjoy this episode.
How we doing today, Andy?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. Just very excited to be around. I'm just excited to be around.
I'm very blessed with this opportunity.
It's such a humbling
very
experience.
Blessed. It's a very humbling experience.
Once the summer times come around and everybody comes together, we're just very blessed. It's such a humbling experience for all of us involved in this situation. We're very happy to be here.
Very blessed.
Very humbled.
You had a little bit of like a Savannah accent going on there.
Well, I just feel
flowing out like molasses.
They're such grateful people. I feel like it fits the best when you're talking about being so blessed, and when you're people like the two of us that have such humbling experiences all the time. Like this, like when we're doing the podcast, I feel like their accent fits the best. They know what they're doing. So hopefully they're fucking staying humble down there now. I feel like they're probably
office guy?
riddled with COVID. Ribbled. That's a new word.
Yeah.
That's a good word. I don't know what it means, but that's a good word.
Ribbled?
Yeah, ribbled. That's something to do with ice cream.
Were you the Office guy? Like, did you?
Yeah, I watched The Office. I like The Office enough.
Yeah, the episode, the Murder in Savannah episode.
Yeah, that's the one.
You know what I'm talking about?
They do
They play the game.
Yeah.
It's called like Bullets, Bourbon, and Murder or something like that. That's the name of the game. There's been another murder. That's a very good episode. But that's what it made me think of when you started talking like that, when you're like a humbling experience or however you
humbling
did
experience.
It. Because, yeah. And there's a scene in that episode where Oscar, because the reason they're doing that is because they're getting notice that the company might go bankrupt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so Michael's trying to like keep everybody's mind off of that, and Oscar's trying to give him updates, and Michael won't let him do it. He's like, you have to talk in an accent, and his accent is just god awful.
Did you see that the fellow who played Stanley? I'm gonna look up his name right now, but he has got a GoFundMe up right now. They're trying to raise a couple millions of dollars. I don't know how much exactly, but they're trying to raise a bunch of money because he wants to do Leslie David Baker, who played Stanley on The Office. He's got a GoFundMe up because he wants to do a Stanley spin-off. He wants Stanley to have his own show, and he's trying to raise money so that they can
Yeah.
shoot a pilot episode and then like, I don't know, shop it around and try to get it made. So that's
not
up
a bad
right now.
idea.
You can donate
I don't
to it.
think that Stanley is the best person to choose. You want to know what would be a really good spin-off? Is a Creed spin-off. Creed is hysterical.
That would be unbelievable.
A
Are you
Creed
kidding me?
spin-off.
A show that's
Pitch
all
it
Creed?
right now.
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
It would be so funny.
That guy is... That character is so wild.
Ridiculous.
And oh my god, you know what they should do is they should do a young Creed show. Like the adventures of young Indiana Jones. It's the adventures of young Creed.
Young Creed.
And he it's almost like an adventure show. Like obviously it's hilarious, but it's almost like, he obviously got into some shit in his past, so this like explores all of his misadventures and stuff. I think that could be a great show. Who do you think would play young Creed? You got anybody?
I don't
off the
know.
top of your head?
But there's a lot
tough one to do.
lot of Creed moments that I think about on a regular basis. One of them from that Murder in Savannah episode, when he gets in late, he walks in and he's like, "Sorry, I'm late. What's going on?" And Michael's like, "There's been a murder." And he's like, "Oh, I forgot something in my car." And then they like pan to the parking lot and he's like sprinting to his car, peeling out of the parking lot. And there's another part. Do you remember the episode where Michael exposes Stanley's affair? And so he starts rumors about everybody in the office. And the rumor that he starts about Creed is that Creed has asthma. And Creed goes up to Pam and Jim and he goes, "Did you guys hear that I have asthma? Because I don't have asthma. If somebody finds out that I have asthma, they won't let me scuba." And then it cuts to like his, like personal interview. And he's like, "If I can't scuba, then what's this all really been about?" And that's all he says. And it is hysterical to me. Because just, I don't know, he just makes me... And when he's manager for a day, when he pulls in his car, he pulls in the Porsche, and he hops out and just throws the keys over his shoulder into the parking lot like somebody's going to valet, and there's not a single person there.
He's such an incredible guy. Man, that's true.
hysterical.
We should start our own Kickstarter to do that. Of course, he'd have to get on board, the guy who played Creed.
He would be in.
I think you're right. I think that guy's down for anything.
Meredith could feature in a few episodes, too.
Yep, that'd be good. That's a good combo. That's a crazy combo. That's mixing fire with gasoline.
He says, oh, and there's one, when, he just has so many good parts. I'm going to look up a Creed montage after this, like a Creed best moments. There's got to be a YouTube video out there, and it's got to be funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been watching a ton of The Office lately just because that's just what I throw on.
Yeah.
But I've been in this cycle where Alex and I, my buddy Alex, will throw it on together, and for some reason we've been watching like the same 10 episodes. Like we always
just
end up like, what
over?
episode should we watch?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just going back to like, and then just rewatch it. And then we're like, dude, we've been watching the same 10 episodes for like 3 weeks. We have to change something up. And somehow we end up back in almost the same spot. Another underrated thing about The Office is Robert California. That dude is so funny. And the fact that when he leaves...
I think that nobody cares or likes him that much. I think you're absolutely right. He's underrated. I mean, I would assume... I don't remember him very much. I've never rewatched those episodes.
When he leaves...
You could be
like
right.
When David Wallace comes and buys Dunder Mifflin back and like reinstates Andy... When he leaves... When that happens, he convinces... David Wallace to give
Robert
him
California
money.
Convinces.
Yeah, Robert California convinces David Wallace to give him money. Says he's going to go tour around the country. He was like Africa, Asia, but mostly Eastern European. He wants to educate. He's like, all these schools in these countries, like the Oprah school, they stop after high school. I want to see these girls all the way through college, specifically the gymnasts. And he gets, so somebody's like, so you convinced him to give you money to tour around the world and meet college age Eastern European gymnasts? And he's like, oh, it's just funny. He's just a character.
Wow.
Makes me laugh.
That's a pretty good move. Matthew,
Have you been watching? What?
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I actually I have something for you
What do
that I
you
want
got?
to give to you. So,
What do you got?
for anybody listening, if you don't know, Matthew's birthday is 4 days from the day this episode is coming out.
It's on Monday.
It's on Monday. You're gonna be 22 years old.
Yep.
Uh,
I'm feeling 22. Little Taylor Swift action, little
hate
T
that
Swifty.
song.
How
I
are
hate
me
that
too?
song.
I hate when girls put on Instagram. You know what I'm talking about? Like that whole shit.
when they put
like when
anything
girls,
on Instagram, yeah,
no,
I do hate
no.
that.
When girls put up Instagram stories for their friends, and they always have that song playing. It's either that song or like whatever, like the birth. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's always just something.
I hate
like
that song, and I hate Taylor Swift's. What's that other one? We're Never Getting Back Together. It's one of the worst songs I've ever heard. I don't like
never,
when a
ever,
song
ever.
stops so that somebody can like talk during it. You know, there's that part in that song
Yeah,
where like
yeah.
there's still music going, but she just is talking.
She does that a few times.
Yeah,
or
and
she
it's
does that.
stupid. That's the worst thing anyone can ever do, in my opinion. And that's bad. That makes that a terrible song. Anyways, so if you don't know, Matthew's birthday is in 4 days. And Matthew, I have something for you. You have your phone with you?
I do have my phone with me. Me.
Okay, good.
I have it. Yes.
So
What is it gonna be? I have like a weird idea
You have
of
a-
what it's gonna be.
Really? What do you think it is?
Yeah, I actually have a theory. I don't know, but the fact that you asked me if I had my phone with me has me thinking.
What is your guess? Go ahead and guess. You might as well.
Is it no? Because what if it's so wrong that I look like an asshole?
That doesn't matter.
I think it's like is it like a cameo thing or
Oh
something?
my gosh! If only. Okay, ready? I'm sending
I'm ready.
it.
Are you
I'm
sending
sending it to
something
you
to me?
right now. Well, wait. I'm sure it'll arrive any moment. This is what I got
Okay.
Matthew for his birthday.
I'm gonna cry.
My
I'm gonna
God.
tear up.
You gonna watch it? Tell everybody.
Yeah,
what it
I'm
is.
nervous. I'm really nervous. I did. Okay, wait. Let me watch it.
Okay.
Hey Matt, it's Darren from MTV's Double Shot at Love. I just want to wish you a very, very happy 22nd birthday. 22 is a big deal because no one hates you. You're not 23 yet, so 22 is a great number, great age. Enjoy it. Have a shot or 15 on me. And I hope you're watching Double Shot at Love every Thursday. Thank you for being a huge, huge fan. And I hope you spend your birthday with all your friends and your family and you enjoy it. Happy birthday!
I'm gonna cry. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. I love Darren. Oh my God! Thank you, Andy. Wow. For those of you who still haven't watched Double Shot at Love, go fuck
You're
yourself.
crazy. There is. I mean, if I'm correct, you have.
And
been
I'm
keeping up.
behind still.
So am I.
I've been watching it. I watched 2 episodes last night on demand. But I'm still... no. Not last night. Monday night. But I'm still behind. Oh, my God, Andrew. Thank you so... I wish I could get that... like a live video frame that would play that at all times for me.
Maybe we can work something out with that.
Oh,
But
my
yeah,
God.
I saw.
Darren just wished me happy
Darren.
birthday. Now I have to DM her.
Yep, you have to. I can't believe you haven't already.
I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I've been sitting on it. This is a slow play for me. This is
A slow play, doing nothing at all.
Yeah.
That's the slow
Yep.
play. That's
Just
as
letting her, you
slow
know.
a play as you can get. But yeah, I saw on Instagram that Floyd Mayweather got on Cameo for $999. So I was like, I wondered if there was a limit to how much a celebrity could charge for Cameo, because that sounds low to me for like what Floyd would ask
Mayweather.
for.
Yeah.
Like so much of what that guy does for a living is
Like,
about.
you think that's
like,
a maximum, you mean? Like, they can...
yeah,
like,
that's
they
what I was
only
wondering. I
let
was
him ask
wondering if
that
there
much?
was a
Yeah.
max that like a performer could charge for. Maybe it was like $100 or $1,000, so you could see how far it could go. Interestingly enough, the two highest that I saw were pretty close to Floyd Mayweather, the second one. Dick Van Dyke, $1,000. Do you know who Dick Van Dyke is?
Yeah, I could see
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I
You
could
look
see
like
a
you
lot
didn't
of
know who it
people
was for a
wanting.
second.
No, I was thinking like, I was waiting for the price more or less. Like, okay,
Right.
that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So the most expensive person on Cameo is $2,500. Do you want to take a guess at who it is?
I'm trying to think of who could charge that much, but would also be on Cameo. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I feel like big time celebrities aren't on Cameo. Like some really
this
big ones.
one
I
I
mean,
think
like,
this one everybody in the world knows her, but not everybody gives a shit.
it's a her.
Yeah.
TV or singer or
Yeah, TV.
oh, I don't know. Then I don't know. There's too many.
Too many TV.
I don't know.
people.
I don't think I could.
Caitlyn Jenner, $2,500. Yep.
Which one's Caitlyn?
That's Bruce Jenner.
Is it Bruce?
Yeah.
Well, Caitlyn, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
Really?
formerly
He's charging $2,500 a pop for a quick shout out.
Yeah. And I guarantee you people are paying for it, but it just blows my mind that someone like would pay that much for a 30
You know what? You know
video.
who? Not like to get in. Like I don't really want to get into this topic because I feel like it's way too dangerous of a thing for us to talk about.
Yeah, be careful here, kid.
But I feel like people who are like maybe deciding to like make that transition or something.
Yeah.
Like that's people who would pay that kind of money to hear from somebody who's done it in such a
I
spotlight.
think that would be
Bet you
such
that's
a
a big
great
part of it.
thing to get for someone who's like transitioning or going to transition. If they want like something from Caitlyn, that'd be really great. But that's so much money.
Yeah.
Like when
That's
you
a lot
put
of
it
money.
that
Oh
way,
my
it
God,
almost
Andy.
feels like, you could really be helping people by giving them these messages, and you're charging a small fortune to do
MTV's
it.
Double Shot at Love. I just want to wish you a very, very happy 22nd birthday. 22 is a big deal because no one hates you. You're not 23 yet, so 22 is a great number, great age.
Can you
Enjoy
hear
it.
this?
Have
Yeah.
a shot or 15 on me. And I hope you're watching Double Shot at Love every Thursday. Thank you for being a huge, huge fan. And I hope you spend your birthday with all your friends and your family and you enjoy it. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. I wanted
awesome,
to
Andy.
do this is what I wanted to do because once I saw Floyd was on it, I was like who's on Cameo, like who are these people, and I saw that B Lashes is on Cameo, so I'm like, oh my god, B Lashes. So I clicked on it and tried to find like related people. Sure enough, Darren was on there. So what I wanted to do was make like a compilation because you got B Lashes, Darren, fucking Marissa, and
Marissa. Okay.
and Susie. But Susie, like, for some reason, is not doing cameos right now. So I was like, I want to have more than 3. So I didn't get you all of them, but I got you your favorite one, Darren, because I knew you'd like that.
That's all I needed.
I watched
B
that
Lashes
with-
can kick rocks.
I could not tell you.
You
how,
want to know what
'cause
though?
was
I will
looking
say
up on
I was
my
a little
phone.
pissed. So you've watched episode 2 at least, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a little pissed in episode 2 when Darren and B Lashes jump in the fucking pool on their first day of work.
Dude,
I'm like, Darren.
let me tell you
come
why
on.
that made me so
You're,
mad.
you're out here saying you want to, like, your dream is to own a nightclub, and you know you have to take this seriously. Like, B Lashes, moron. She shows up to work, whatever, looking like an idiot. But, like, come on, jumping in the pool, like, you know better than that.
Okay. This is why it made me so mad. Because, look, we all know that reality shows, the term reality is applied very loosely.
Yeah, like they probably did say like, hey, you guys should go jump in that pool. I didn't think.
Yeah,
about that,
well, here's the thing.
pick,
With
like,
Double
somebody
Shot
else.
of Love, typically, I feel like you can't, if you're not looking for it, like you can choose to ignore that it's like produced. Like it doesn't seem overly produced.
Yeah.
Right? But that moment, dude, it was like, oh, somebody's telling B. Lashes that she needs to jump in the pool, and then B. Lashes is just like pulling Darren into this. Because if you watch B. Lashes when she jumps in that pool, she jumps in and then she starts splashing.
Yeah, going
just
ape
wildly.
shit. Yeah.
Like she wants people to like see what she's doing for the show, and that made me really, really mad. I've just,
Yeah.
it sounds so dumb to say because, like I said, it's a reality show, but I honestly felt betrayed, Matthew. I felt betrayed, and
I was very upset with Darren.
Yeah, it was so disappointing to see
very
Darren
upset.
do it because, like you said, that's her dream is to own like a nightclub, and we know she could do that if she wanted to, and then she.
Well, maybe
pulled
that's why
something
they
like
had
that, I
her
don't know.
get involved and do it though, because they're like, yeah, watch this come up. But the thing is, so how much do you think that they let on to like those? Like the guy who owns Dre's, like, hey, we're telling him to do this, because like obviously they seemed pissed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That's a good question. I don't
and
know.
like and how much are you willing to put on the line to make the show better for if
Yeah.
they're going to offer you a full-time job next summer? This is all stuff that's going on in the show, folks. If you haven't
Right.
watched it, again, go fuck yourself. But not in a rude way.
yeah,
but
you
like
have
you're
to
just
watch
an
it.
idiot.
You have to watch it.
It's so good.
Yeah, not in a rude way. We all know what you mean. Just like like a light, go fuck yourself. Like a
Yeah, just go watch
like
the show.
Like a here you go.
just
yeah.
watch it.
Just go watch it.
You've got
that's a
nothing
good
better
question.
to do.
Because it did seem the woman who works at Dre's did seem genuinely angry, but also I don't think that they would. Maybe they didn't tell her, but they had to tell the fellow who owns Dre's. I imagine,
Or the guy
because,
he's a yeah he's a,
because
whatever
the
it
manager
is.
of Dre's, because you don't want. I don't think that they would in any way intentionally jeopardize their relationship with that club, which is such a pivotal part of this season of the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. So tough to say. But
I had something else to say. Oh, also, how about the little R-rated content, the asshole
Uh-huh.
shaving or the waxing?
yeah,
That was hysterical.
Yeah,
Like,
that
what
was
a
pretty
funny
funny.
prank
That's
to
a great
do to those
prank.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make them get their assholes waxed. And I hate that the one dude didn't do it either.
I know.
Like that-
Brandon.
Yeah, fuck you got on, Brandon.
That's pretty upsetting. He should have just done it. Like it's
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about. You remember a couple episodes back when I was talking about that that thing. Oh, maybe you weren't. You might have been busy in this moment, but when we had Sam Phillips on, I was telling him about this. College Humor.
Yeah.
So they declared bankruptcy.
I saw that.
So I went and checked out their recent videos because I hadn't watched them in.
Oh,
Forever.
yeah, okay.
Sounds
I don't
like what
remember what
most
you're going to
people
say,
probably
but I
do.
remember
Right.
I remember you talking about this.
So one of the reoccurring little shows, really, it's not really a sketch, but segments, I guess, or whatever on their YouTube page, is that they have these two people, Grant and Allie, who are really good friends, I guess, and both work at College Humor. They set up these challenges for the other one, and they get paid real money to do these challenges. And some of them are funny, some of them, they're all basically designed to make the other person uncomfortable. But if
Yeah.
you can get through that discomfort, then you get, $100, whatever. So in this girl, Allie, set up Grant. She was going to give him, I think it was at least $1,000 to shit in front of an audience, to take a shit in front of an audience. So the way that she did it was she set up this art gallery, and then in the center of the gallery was a toilet with a little curtain, just that would just cover up your legs, and they put a A trash bag lined the bowl of the toilet. And so they have all these people come into this art gallery and, like, looking around. You know, they got, like, some other shit set up for them. And then they go, okay, ladies and gentlemen, if we'll all come to the center of the room, it's time, you know, for the main event. And this Grant guy comes out. And he's pissed. He's fuming. He's so angry. And he doesn't say a word. And he's just got this look of pure murder on his face. And he goes and he closes that little curtain. So you can still see his torso, his face, and everything. And he sits down on this toilet. And he sits there for a while. And he looks so mad. And then he just gets up and he's like, fuck it. And he pulls up his pants and he, like, walks out. And then he, like, wouldn't talk to her after. I mean, I cannot look up the video to see how angry this guy got. But I feel like that's so funny. Like, that just seems such a funny thing to make someone do. And you're going to get $1,000 for it. Like, you work at College Humor. I know that it's a little weird and it's out of your comfort zone, I'm sure. But can't you see a little bit of the humor in that? And he was so, like, this is his best friend, and he would not talk to her after the thing, all because she wanted him to shit in front of an audience. And that's such a funny prank to think of, I think, and, like, try to get somebody to do. And it made me very
The second you started telling that story,
yeah,
I knew the exact story that you were going to tell. Like, I remembered the whole conversation that we had when Sam was on. Instantly came back to me. But I wasn't going to stop you because I knew that you were going to get ranting about it, which is way more fun than me stopping you. But no, I agree. Like, that's hysterical. Honest to goodness, if you told me, if my friend said, yo, we're going to put you in an art gallery, put a curtain so, like, you're not, like, naked, but they can see your upper, and we're going to get people to come watch you take a shit, I would do that for $0. Like, I'm not kidding. That is fucking hysterical. That is so
funny. Like, just the fact, like, I get if you decide you don't want to do that.
$0.
Like, to his credit, I mean, he sat on the toilet.
If you can set that up, I'll do it for $0.
Okay, we'll look into that. But I'm telling you, like, if you can't see the humor in that at all, I just don't get it, man. I just felt sad. That just made me sad to see somebody just not get the joke like that.
Not
everybody. Honestly, I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of shook me to my core. I can't explain
that somebody didn't
really
think that was funny.
Just that somebody would get so angry at their good friend. Like, I'm telling you, dude, like this, like, they are great friends, these two. And he was so mad at something, like, honestly, fucking hilarious. And it's just so amazing that they were able to set something like that up in the first place. Like, the logistics of that.
It's so funny.
And just the fact
do you think they had to tell people, like, this is art where a guy's going to take a shit in front of you? Or do you think they were like, we just have a really nice new piece that we want you to come see?
I don't remember. Then I think they said which one they did, and I think they did tell people. I don't know if you can, like, legally...
force people to go there and take
to watch somebody take a shit. Maybe in Japan.
Might be like...
Although in Japan, they pay you to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They got some weird shit going on in Japan.
Well, they got some weird shit going on here. As soon as I said that, I was like, I could probably think of some people in the U.S. that would pay to watch somebody's shit.
Man, I can't stop yawning right now. I'm in, like, this phase of yawns, and I've yawned probably, like, 14 times in the past 5 minutes.
I've noticed.
I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah,
I did. I saw that.
I can't stop. I'm just like, whoa.
It is what it is.
I don't know. So, yeah. I went golfing today. Golfed this morning.
It's so nice.
A lot of things. I got a lot of things. I've been, since the last time we talked, working still, but then we're back playing hockey again now. Rinks are open.
Awesome.
So we've been able to get out on the ice and train, stuff like that. So we're only at twice a week now just because of availability. And then next week we'll be back to twice a week at night and then at least 3 days a week in the morning. So start getting back to that. But yeah, off today, so I went golfing. And the thing about golf is it is the hardest. I joke about it all the time. It is so hard, and it is so hard to be consistent about it. When's the last time you golfed? Probably when we were in junior golf when we were like 8.
No,
we might have been younger.
Because I golfed at that like Tantera thing.
Oh, you did
Remember
that?
that?
Okay, but I mean, then we were
but
probably.
that was probably the last.
You were
time.
probably 12.
No, the last time was shit. The last time was like my senior year of high school, I think. I went golfing.
It's hard, and I consider myself a pretty good athlete,
Mhm.
and I'll get frustrated sometimes, but like I get that it's hard. You know,
Yeah.
some people don't get that it's hard, and they get really pissed off. But the concept of it's just so ridiculous. They give you this little mini ball, and they're like, "We're gonna give you all of this space, but you just got to put it in that little mini, you know."
Yeah, that's the challenge.
Pinhole.
That's a great idea
so-
for a game.
Yeah, genius idea for a game. But the thing about golf is most other things, if I was consistently like struggled to be good, like or just inconsistent, you know what I mean? Like good at one point, bad at another, I would stop doing. But golf has this like weird thing where for some reason within the last 3 holes, it'll never let you play your worst golf because they need you to come back. Like for some reason, like the spirits align where like, so for example, I played horrible all day today. We were playing Hickory Stick, which is in Lewiston. It was the first time I've ever played it. It's a pretty tough course, and it was very soft. So either way, we don't need to get into the golf talk too much, but I'm just saying it's so crazy to me that you can play bad and then the last 3 holes, like I played horrible all day, like bogey golf, and then the last 3 holes, like I just played great. Like my tee shot, so the 18th hole is a par 3. It's a big green, but it's over water. It's like 135. Green was like back left, back center kind of. And I dropped this ball probably 3 feet. I put it probably 3 feet from the pin off the tee box. And I had hit like shit off the tee box all day.
Crap.
I mean, it's a par, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But like, it's like, well, why couldn't I just do that the whole time? But they don't want you to be good the whole time, because if you were good the whole time, anybody would, you know, it would be easy. They just want you to be good right at the end, because now you're going into the next round thinking, you know what, I'll go pay another $70 to be miserable for 4 hours of my life because I hit that shot so well. Why don't I just do that on every hole next time? I don't know. That's just a theory that I had to get out. Not a theory; it's a well-known theory in the golf industry.
Oh, really?
But
That's
I
a
just had to get
confirmed.
it out
That's
there.
a confirmed
Yeah, like
conspiracy.
it's a confirmed thing that for some reason, like at the end of the day, you'll always hit one shot that'll make you come back. Like you always hit one shot that will make you think like, I'm gonna come back because the next time I can just do that every time I hit instead of do
Okay.
what, you know what I mean? I don't know what it
Okay.
is. Like it's just one shot.
Right. That
Just
doesn't
take
sound
one
like
shot.
a confirmed theory.
No, it's real. Ask anybody that golfs. Like if you have a bad round, I mean, unless you're like a really good golfer, I guess. But if you're just like an average golfer, like I really just started golfing this year. I've been trying to get better at it, playing a lot. Well, I was, now I'm playing sometimes. But yeah, just one shot towards the end of your round. It doesn't have to be the last hole, but the last like 3, I'd say. And you're like, you know what? If I come back next week and I just do that every time, I'll be on the PGA Tour. And then it never happens like
Right.
that. But
Wow. That is interesting. That is a real golf conspiracy theory. But that makes so much sense that they would just at the end, they break you down just to build you up so that you want to come back to play another round at another time.
yeah,
Oh, man,
Yeah.
big golf. They got the wheels turning, man.
big golf.
They're up to
Yep,
something.
big golf.
They know what's going on. They want to get you out on that green, bend you over, send you home with a kiss on the cheek. That's big golf. That's what big golf wants to
something
do.
Like that. Something,
Something
like that. Oh, yeah,
I think that's a pretty good metaphor for golf.
yeah. There's no yawn. Put a yawn count up on this episode. Jesus Christmas.
That's exactly why I stopped golfing, though.
Can't stop.
Is because I just couldn't. I just associated it. I just did not like it so much. I don't think that anybody should ever golf with their family. I think that's the best way to cause familial dysfunction, is golfing with their family.
Yeah.
Like if you like,
Yeah.
the only way I
agree.
would ever golf now, because I'm so bad at golf. Like like the last times I played, I'd shoot like mid to high 60s on 9 holes. Like that bad.
Yeah, I mean that's just
just
golf.
terrible
It's
play.
just hard as shit. It's just very hard.
And so that's the only way I would golf again is if you just the kind of golf that probably people on golf courses hate, where you just go out with your buddies and you're just like fucking around. Which is why I wouldn't want to golf,
it
because
depends on the
Like if
course.
it's busy and there's people behind us, that's not enjoyable for anybody.
No, the thing about me, because even if you're playing bad, it doesn't mean you have to play slow, right?
Yeah,
and even
that's
if
the
you
thing.
go out,
I don't play slow.
like even if you go out and you're gas and beers with the boys, you know what I mean? Like you play like a late afternoon round after work, and you're like, "Fuck the score, let's just get drunk," kind of thing. Like that's still fun.
Absolutely, that's
you know what I mean?
That's
but
the
as long
only
as you
way
don't
that I'll ever play golf
slow,
again.
it doesn't
is
matter.
I was doing it like that.
Yeah.
Doing it the fun style.
Yeah. But also, like, I feel like you have a very good control over being, like, competitive compared to being, like, relaxed and enjoying yourself. Whereas I don't have that control. Like, even if I'm going out to play just to have fun, I still need to be doing well, or else, like, I'll get pissed at myself. That's just, like, kind of nature. Whereas you can be like, you know what? Like, it's not like I was coming out here to try to do something crazy anyway. I'll be okay with not playing well.
Yeah.
You know? I don't
That's
have
a good
that.
point.
I can't
I'm
do
inclined to agree. I do. I feel like I think I used to be more competitive, but I'm honest. I'm just trying to have a good time now with most things. Like, just like playing games with people and stuff. Like, I'm trying to enjoy the company more than I'm trying to enjoy the activity. Like, that's what I like.
that. Yeah, I feel that.
I like being with the people more than
I
I
don't
like
know.
doing the
I
thing.
just
Whatever the thing is.
I just hate losing. That's really.
Well, I mean, you got to have that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good quality for you to have. I've seen people a lot worse than you, competitive wise.
So you want to get into the who would win of the week? I feel like we got a lot to talk about this
I gotta
week with
get
the who would
myself
win.
ready, because this might be a 30-minute YouTube clip. This who would win. I gotta get
Yeah,
my.
I
gotta
should go
prepare
get
my
some more.
body and mind.
I need to start bringing like a pitcher over. I always run out of water like
Yeah, you
halfway
gotta
through
be
the show.
prepared, man. You gotta be ready. This is the world of podcasting.
But like this is a big ass cup.
That is a big ass cup.
Look at how big
That
this cup
is a
is.
cup. When you see it at the store, it is labeled big ass. That is a big cup.
Big
Yeah.
ass cup.
Big ass cup co.
And there's
That's a good
not-
idea. Big ass cup company. Jesus. Like a man in the Sahara.
That's a really good idea.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off
I'm
mic.
fucking
That's post show.
thirsty.
Nobody steal that. Nobody steal
Big
big ass
ass-
cup
yeah.
company.
Yeah. Get that patent, quick. All right. So I'm gonna say, okay. I'm gonna introduce the who would win of the week, and for those of you who have not been staying woke, as they say, and who are uneducated, you might think, what the fuck is this who would
Yeah.
win of the week? But let me tell you, Andrew and I we were born woke, and we've stayed woke for a long
Never
time,
sleeping.
and we've done a lot of research through mostly memes as to why this is our who would win of the week. So our who would win of the week this
Wait.
week.
Okay, go ahead. I was thinking about prefacing it with something, but let's just go right in.
No, I'm just say it. Our who would win of the week is Ted Cruz versus O.J. Simpson.
Orenthal James, baby.
And so those of you who are uneducated and live behind the Iron
Sure.
Curtain,
Live behind
And-
the Iron Curtain. Listen, everybody out
I
there
took a philosophy
who's
class.
still living
I
in
took
their
social
bubble.
and political.
Okay.
Yeah. Social and Political Philosophy 274 with Dr. Chanderman. Great class. That's where I know what the Iron Curtain is.
That's how you know.
So, like I said, those
Look,
of
we
you who
have
don't know,
delved.
Ted Cruz
Yes, we've delved through all of this information. We have looked at the facts.
in our minds.
No, not with our mind. It's a
and in the
confirmed
minds-
fact.
No, I was gonna say in the minds of educated
Yes, that's
people.
right.
Ted Cruz is confirmed the Zodiac
That's right.
killer.
The famous Zodiac serial killer is none other than Senator Ted Cruz. The signs are there. You just need to open your eyes, sheeple.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Ted Cruz is currently on the hot seat too right
Ted
now.
Cruz is always
Wait a
on the
minute.
hot side.
I saw
dude.
something
He's always
the other
up
day.
to something.
I saw something the other day. I might have to phone a friend. Oh, now I'm not going to be able to find it. Wait a minute. I'm on Twitter. I'm
Okay.
looking for something.
Have you seen Ted Cruz recently? Have you seen
Come
his
on.
beard, by the way?
Okay. Yes, if I could find what I'm looking for, it would be so much easier. How many days ago would this have been? It couldn't have been that many days ago, right? Okay, I don't know where it is. But before you know, did you see that Ted? I'm pretty sure it was Ted Cruz, and I didn't even think about it till just now, so I did no prior research. But I'm pretty sure Ted Cruz was seen.
Murdering someone? Jesus Christ.
No.
Okay,
Like he was
ladies
on
and
an
gentlemen,
airplane and in
look
an
at
airport
this
and
photo of
refused
Ted
to wear his
Cruz.
mask. He's a killer.
Look at that.
Wait, now I gotta. Okay, is there?
Is that not the face of a serial killer?
Yeah, it was Ted Cruz. He was seen like in an airport in Texas and on the airplane, like refusing to wear a mask. Like, you are part of our government. These people are telling us like you have to wear a mask to like protect us, and you know that like you're often in the spotlight, and you're stupid enough to not you're like, even if you don't think personally that you need to wear this mask, like you're ignorant enough to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna wear it, even though I know that I'm about to see so many people that are gonna know who I am, and I'm gonna take so much heat for not wearing this mask. Like, just put the fucking mask on, Ted. Just put it on. We know you're a murderer. You're not slick. Put the fucking mask on. All right. Who would win of the week? Ted Cruz, aka the Zodiac Killer, versus O.J. Simpson, innocent, did not kill his wife, even though he did kill his wife.
Even though he absolutely... Here's the thing about O.J. Simpson. The man is innocent. They gotta... Look, the tax thing, yes, he did that. Everybody makes mistakes. O.J. Simpson is an innocent person.
And he went to jail for armed robbery,
Okay,
too.
yes. Look, all we know is that
But he didn't
O.J.
kill his
Simpson
wife, according
did
to the
not
court.
kill his wife or Ron Goldman. However, he absolutely murdered both of those people. He absolutely stabbed them both until they
he
were dead.
murdered
He
both
he
of
completely
them.
killed them. But he's innocent.
So we know that he murdered both of them, but he was innocent because the glove, it was too tight. It did not
Glove was
properly
too tight.
fit his
If
hand.
the glove's too tight, you know the old
glove
saying.
did not fit. If the glove does not fit, that means you did not murder two people. That's what they say.
I think I got that in a
Yep.
fortune cookie one time. I was like, I don't
Yeah,
think this is meant for me.
they. Uncle Jack used to say that to me when I was young.
Because he was a history professor.
And he was wise.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
a
he was
wise
wise.
man. So we've got two of the most
Uh-huh.
famous killers of all time going up against each other. In a battle, high stakes. Everything's on the line. Boy, how to even break this down? So I gotta get my facts. So they've both killed multiple people. Obviously, Ted Cruz, as the Zodiac Killer, has killed more than two. But O.J. Simpson... Here's the thing. O.J. Simpson was... Sorry. But O.J. Simpson has the physical prowess. I mean, the guy's a phenomenal athlete, excellent murderer, Even better athlete.
Very good at it. Okay, here's. I have something to say. Yeah, you keep going.
No, if you got something to say, jump on in, man.
I'm saying one thing that I'll give them both credit for is their ability to get away with murder. Like, they both, thus far, have eluded law enforcement for killing people. Ted Cruz killed quite a few people.
Five
in various ways.
Deaths for Ted Cruz.
OJ, 2, both
but
with
that's
a knife.
Actually
not a big deal.
as
Quick and
like
easy.
that's not as big of a difference as I thought. Like 2 to 5. That's
2 to 5?
within range.
No. Yeah,
like here's the thing: if OJ Simpson,
OJ could really, if he really wanted to, he could go out and grab 3 real quick.
We know that as a professional athlete, he has the ability to put his mind into that next gear. Right, always up in the stakes, always going that extra mile, taking everything he does to the next level. So if O.J. Simpson set his mind on it, he could kill 3 more people easily, like just like that, like like, without a single problem. I have to imagine.
So I wanna get into the Zodiac killer, aka Ted Cruz, a little bit. I want to talk about For those of you, mind you, my main basis of information on the Zodiac Killer comes from Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, the foremost.
That's who I learned all my stuff from. From what I know, I mean, I know it's Ted Cruz, but there was a lot of creepy shit that went on. Like, smart guy, but arrogant guy. Here's the thing about OJ. OJ killed 2 people. Everybody knew he did it. And he was still able to convince people that he didn't do it. And he didn't get cocky. He didn't get carried away. He did later come out with a book that was questionable. That was titled,
right.
If I Did It. But the if was really small.
Well, do you know why that
so
was, actually?
The book just said...
We don't have to get into that.
Why?
It was because Nicole Brown Simpson's parents had to approve the publishing, and they had control of the cover design. So they made the if very small.
So they did it to say, fuck you, OJ, because we know you killed our daughter. That's what I'm saying. Everybody knows he did it. And he's on Twitter talking about fantasy football. Talking about his golf game. He doesn't give a fuck. He's the most modest murderer of all time.
He's not... OJ was... I think that the experience of everybody thinking that you're a murderer... And look, the only reason they thought that he was a murderer in the first place was because he killed 2 people. Let's be fair. But I think that experience, honestly... Like, real talk, like, that honestly humbled him. Like, going through all that shit, because he was on top of the world, and I do think that he was, a little cocky, as some professional athletes are and it was. I'm not saying it wasn't well deserved for his athletic prowess and his acting ability, but like what was going on in his career and stuff, his accolades. But since then, he has not thrown his murders in anyone's face, not once.
No. And this is why I will say that I'm going to take O.J. Simpson in the fight between the Zodiac and O.J. And here's what I'll say. I'll say 2 things. 1, is it prime murder? Is this when they're both murdering? Ted Cruz and O.J. are both mid-murder. Like, they just got done stabbing, and then they meet in the street.
Ooh.
And they're like, now we fight. Or is this right now, current day?
Oh, this is... Ooh. Oh, my gosh. This is... What an interesting idea. Is it...
Because they both, are probably in the same... Similar age range, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know either. But...
How old is Ted Cruz? And how old is
I'm on
O.J.
it.
Simpson?
I'm zooming.
Yeah. You look up Ted. I'll look up
Okay.
O.J.
Ted Cruz is...
Oh! O.J.'s old as shit.
Yeah, Ted Cruz is 49. O.J.'s what?
Yeah. O.J.'s 73.
O.J. is 73 years old. O.J. Simpson? No way. Fuck, he looks
Spouse.
great.
Nicole Brown Simpson.
I might have to.
Yo, that
Wow.
just cannot be right. Like, this dude was born in 1947. When did he play in the league?
My God, he played in the league in the. Yeah, in the 70s. 69 was
So
his
he
first
was
year.
married. I didn't know that he was married before
He
he
played for
married
10 years.
Nicole Brown Simpson. So he was married.
Yeah.
Didn't kill his first
God,
wife.
again, because he was
Then
he's
decided
such a
to kill
humble
himself.
fella. I mean, I guess
He
this
was
was before the
humble.
humbling.
Okay, so
but-
that leads back to why I think that when you look at the Zodiac, when you look at Ted Cruz, he was all about, like, he was begging to be caught. Like, he was taunting these people, like, I'm so much fucking
Yeah.
smarter than you. I'm gonna give you all of this information, and you're still not gonna be able to catch
Right.
me, right? OJ's like calm, cool, and collected.
He's like, if you want to
Just caught
catch
a
me,
body
you gotta
Randy
work
Moss
for it.
style. Yeah. And I think that if it came down to a fight between prime Ted Cruz, aka Zodiac, versus prime OJ Simpson, I think that Ted Cruz is going into that fight so cocky, so arrogant, like, I'm going to kill you and nobody's ever going to know. Meanwhile, OJ just got out the gym. He runs like a 4.40, probably faster than that. The man should be in the Hall of Fame, jacked out of his mind. The Zodiac thinks he's so smart, tries to come up behind him. Quick spin move, clicks B on the stick, quick spin, shink, shink, double stab to the neck. Down for the count. Then he does a little head sever because that's his thing when he gets angry. He likes to get in there and really almost take it off. And then
he's passionate.
R.I.P. to the Zodiac. OJ walks away, never gets caught.
Okay, here's the thing. Like you said, Zodiac was when Mr. Cruz was murdering as the Zodiac killer. When Senator Cruz
Yes.
was killing people as Zodiac. You're right, he was begging to get caught, and he was super arrogant with his messages to the police, saying, here's everything you need. You're still not going to catch me. And you know what? He was right. If there's one thing that Ted Cruz knows how to do, that the Zodiac killer, Ted Cruz, knows how to do, it's murder people. And I think if he went,
Yeah, he is very good at murdering
toe to toe
people.
with OJ, he would figure out a way to win, because that's how Ted Zodiac Cruz's brain works. Is it's all the wheels are spinning. And also, look at some of the most famous, like, worst, terrible people, serial killers in history, right? They're all
Jeffrey
except
Dahmer.
for Dahmer, big one, exactly. Fucking Son of Sam. Look that guy up.
Is that the guy that they did that movie? What are those movies?
I think so.
Silence of the Lambs?
No, wait. Shit. No, because I don't think Son of Sam thought that his dog was a demon, and the dog told him to, like, kill people.
Nice.
So
That's dope.
these guys are socially awkward fellas and terrible, terrible people, but very successful when it comes to murder. And
Very good at killing.
And so and Ted Cruz, if there's one thing that Ted Cruz is, aside from famed serial killer, the Zodiac killer, if there's one thing he is besides that, it's socially awkward. If you have the ability right now, if anybody's on their phone, to just look up some of Ted Cruz's best moments, dude, there's this video when he was running, when he was trying to get the Republican nomination for president. He's getting off his tour bus, and his daughter was like 11 or something at the time. He, like, got home, and he gets off the bus, and there's media everywhere, and there's this camera right next to where his daughter's standing, and he hasn't seen his daughter in, like, weeks, right? So he goes over to give her a kiss, and she goes, ew, and she pushes him away, and Ted Cruz, watch this video, is sitting there, lips pursed, looks right at the camera that's on him like, oh shit, They're gonna know I'm the Zodiac killer for this.
Yeah, his daughter probably knows. His daughter's smart enough to figure it out. It doesn't take very much effort. If you look it up, I don't know. Here's the thing, though. And I think that I don't even want to go at you and say send this one to Twitter like I usually do, because I don't think Twitter is going to be on my side on this one. But here's the thing, is O.J. Simpson is up there for potentially like one of the better running backs to ever play in the NFL. If it weren't for the fact that he did murder some people, he would probably be a lot more celebrated. Celebrated.
Okay.
Right? But when you kill two people, that I understand it. And the Zodiac Killer was mostly killing like younger couples that were like on dates and shit. You know what I mean? I feel like
again, Ted Cruz, that thing I said with his daughter, same thing happens with his wife. You can watch the videos of that shit.
Yeah.
Too. So he's obviously frustrated
does that
there.
I actually have a lot of questions about. So we need to start 2 GoFundMes. The first one is for the Creed spinoff. 3 GoFundMes. We have the Creed spinoff. We have Big Ass Cup Company.
Yep.
And we have now we need them to reopen the Zodiac case to prove that Ted Cruz is the one who is the Zodiac Killer. Because if you watch the movie, The Zodiac, great film. Long, creepy at points, very
Excellent
good.
movie. Jake Gyllenhaal is unbelievable.
Like, you kind of get, he's good at that, like, obsessed, like, you know what I mean? Like, that role. I like him in that. Another good movie, Sidetracked. What's that movie called? Prisoners.
Yeah.
You know Prisoners?
Yeah. With him and Hugh Jackman.
That's a good movie.
He's crazy.
But, yes. I'm taking OJ because I feel like that OJ's physical capabilities and the fact that he also does have that ability to see red and just kill people in cold blood. When it comes down to it, I think that he could take Ted Cruz, the politician, serial killer, whose daughter doesn't even want to kiss him.
Right. And I think that you make some good points there, but I think the fact of the matter is Ted Cruz, for, however awkward he is, he's still connected. I think he could easily get away with murdering OJ. I guess that's not what we're really
I don't think there's
about.
Yeah, I don't think there's a question
could get away with it.
One of them would get caught. They're both getting away with it. They're both studs at just killing people and people being like, you know what? We know he did it, but I mean, we'll just give him a pass on this.
Here's the thing. So while OJ's passion, for lack of a better term, would work to fire him up and help him win this fight, what you said earlier about Ted Cruz's, Mr. Zodiac's sort of ignorance about himself, being a little overconfident, I think it actually might work to his favor in this case, because let's take a look. OJ does his best killing when he's really mad. We know that.
Yeah.
And so he's gonna be a little. He's certainly not going to be level-headed when these two are going at it. And I think especially to go up against the guy's a pro athlete, like a physical specimen like O.J. Simpson in his prime. You have to be a little cocky if you're going to succeed when you know that the cards are stacked against you. So I think that mixed with the Zodiac's intellect, I don't know, but just the fact that he would recognize O.J. Simpson's clouded mind and use that to his advantage, I think that he would, Zodiac would be able to flip things around, and I think that he would be able to take OJ, I don't know, not with yeah, kind of not with relative ease necessarily, but I think at the end of the day,
Definitely not.
he would be able
ease.
to figure it out. And I think Zodiac is absolutely taking this one. I think that Ted the Zodiac Killer Cruz wins this fight 10 times out of 10. Yeah, I mean, he's got the experience. He's got the know-how. It's all about, I think what it comes down to is really, physical power versus knowledge of the game. And, whatever you may think.
Ted Cruz does have more murdering experience.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's a fair point.
He knows how, he gets how it works. So I think that ultimately in this case, I think the veteran guy, I think his experience is going to come into play. And I think it's going to work out for him in this one.
Do you want to hear the most Ted Cruz thing of all time?
I killed 5 people and got away with it.
I looked up how tall is Ted Cruz,
no.
and there's no, like, you know when you look up how tall somebody is, it just, like, comes up? Like, there's no, there's a bunch of, it's all articles. Some have Mr. Cruz pegged at 5'8", others say he's 5'10". There's 3 different articles here that have him 5'8". There's one website that says he's 5'11". Nobody knows how tall Ted Cruz actually is. He's never just admitted his
because
true height.
he's hiding. He's hiding in plain sight.
The fact, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to fit that profile.
Exactly. He's trying to avoid the Zodiac profile any way he can. Ladies and gentlemen,
so he keeps his age.
If you didn't believe it before, I mean, what else do you need? Ted Cruz.
I'm not disagreeing that he's the Zodiac killer,
Obviously.
but I do believe that OJ is coming out on top on this one, and I think that although we did not get necessarily as heated as we usually do in this argument today,
well, because there's very good points.
I think that
we're
going to have to let the internet decide. Yeah, I just have respect for both of their ability to just kill people and get away with it. Not so much the killing, but the getting away with it is real respect, real kind of thing. They probably both have a found respect for each other. Like, OJ's probably like, wow, like Ted Cruz killed 5 people and nobody even really suspects him of it. Excuse me, coronavirus. And Ted Cruz is probably like, damn, like OJ clearly killed 2 people. It went all the way to trial, and they still were like, you know what, OJ, like you're good, free pass on this one. So I think they both have a mutual respect for each other. And I think that because of, real respect, real. I really do think that because of OJ's physical capabilities, he would win. But I do see a valid point in the fact that Ted Cruz, clearly a sociopath, has the ability to manipulate.
I just think that if you look at the history of serial killing, the most, for lack of a better term, successful, and again, successful, it's something horrible. I want to make that very clear, that killing people is terrible. But if you need me to tell you that, I don't even know how you got hold of the internet. You should not be around anyone or anything. But I think that if you look at the whole history of the thing, the most successful ones are the analytical ones, not the ones with the most physical dominance. I mean, obviously that helps, that it plays a factor, but I think the most analytical ones are taking it the furthest in the game. And Ted Zodiac Cruz definitely has that, without a doubt.
I don't know.
So let's lock in the answers.
I mean, as long as the real reason that I think this was an important who would win to have before we lock in the answers is to get awareness out there that Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer.
Correct.
Because like I said, if you have not been staying woke,
that's the thing is,
you wouldn't actually probably
these days
know
it's
that.
so easy to shut your eyes to the problems surrounding society and surrounding certain public
and a lot
figures.
of stuff gets thrown out
Right.
there. You know what I mean? People throw out a lot
There's
of
a lot of
different
misinformation.
whatevers.
It can be tough to rifle through
So,
what's true and what's not.
We're here to tell you, as one of the only pure news sources that there is left on this earth, that Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer.
and we encourage you to do your own independent
we say that?
research on that. But yes, Ted Cruz. Look, there's not much. And there's not much we can do about it now. He's gotten away with it for so long. I don't think we're going to change anything.
He's
But
good. He's
just
fine. I'm not even asking for him to be arrested.
No,
I
but
just want it. I
we
just want
people to recognize
understand.
that Senator Ted Cruz, is the Zodiac killer. Yes.
Which
so
he is.
let's
Lock
lock
him
in our
in.
answers.
I'm taking O.J. Simpson.
and I'm taking the Zodiac
I would like
killer.
the juice, please. I would like the juice. They don't call you the juice if you're like. I'm just saying.
Yes,
Just-
fair,
yeah.
fair enough.
That's got to be yawn number 30, folks. Lock that in. I would guess that's probably yawn number 30 for the day.
Yeah, just about. Okay, we'll lock in the answers. That's a who was
I
in
don't
the
know.
week.
I can't stop.
Let us know what you guys think on who's gonna win that one. Holy shit!
O.J. Simpson.
it's
the
the
juice.
Zodiac.
The
Zodiac's
juice is
got
loose,
it.
and he's going after Ted Cruz. And he's going to
He's setting his sights.
bend Ted Cruz over and send him home with a kiss on the cheek, as Andrew would say.
He's driving that Bronco down to Texas right now, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Holy
Oh,
shit!
yeah. I was going to bring up the Bronco.
I can't
What?
believe we did that for who would win of the week, man. That's crazy. Ted Cruz, don't sue us. Ted Cruz wasn't the Zodiac killer, everybody. He was.
Yeah,
he was not.
We were kidding.
We were kidding. Yeah.
He never killed 5
Ted
people.
Cruz definitely did not kill 5 people and notify the newspapers and police about it and is still at large. That's definitely not what happened.
Maybe. Okay.
Now that we got that shit out
on
of the
from the
way,
Who Would Win of the Week. Yeah, now that we saved
yeah,
our own
you
asses
can find out
legally,
the truth.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of what else has been going on
I have
in the world.
I actually have
You got
a
something else?
movie idea for the two of us that I wanted to bring up. to you.
Okay. That we could make?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, that we would star in. This the movie.
Okay. I like this because this is up my alley. I've been thinking about getting into acting.
You're not a terrible actor. I've seen you act before. You could be a lot worse. So here's my idea.
I'm not as good of an actor as I am of a singer.
Jesus Christ, that's not even.
But
funny.
the guests of our
That's
podcast
not
already
even
know that. Because
funny.
what song did I sing on here? Oh, Wayne Gretzky, Goldenfinger. Wayne Gretzky.
Matthew's a terrible, terrible
Good
singer.
song.
So my movie idea
Okay.
is so you know how like they've got Riverdale on the CW and they've got Nancy Drew on the CW, which might have gotten canceled, but they had that on there.
I
Right,
never
but
watched
you just
Riverdale.
know that they're
It's on
know
Netflix,
that they're
though.
like on there, and you like get that it's like teeny like teenagey shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't like that idea, and I'm worried that they're gonna try and do that with this other property that's a little similar to those two, and that property is the Hardy Boys.
Okay.
So
I was never a big Hardy Boys
sure,
guy,
but
though.
no, Matthew, listen to me. This is
But you're saying you want to save the integrity of the Hardy Boys? Is that what this is about?
Listen. Save the
Okay,
integrity
sorry.
is loosely used term because I don't know if the
Keep it in its purest form.
no, but I just don't want to see it made. I
Not
just
turn
don't want
it
to
to
see it made into some
Tweenie.
like some some
Tweenie
bullshit
show.
like how they like because I love the Flash and I really liked that show when it came out. But they ruined that shit with all that CW nonsense. And the CW,
Okay.
I mean, they're making great shows, but like for a network that used to be the WB with like Dawson's Creek and shit, like it still has some of that. And I just don't think that's like I just don't like seeing some things turn out that way. And a lot of times the the look of a person is more important than their actual acting ability, which is some bullshit. That makes me so mad. But so here's my idea. You and I star as the Hardy Boys, and it's a full-on like rated R comedy. We can play this a couple ways. Have you ever seen the Brady Bunch movie?
Let me think about that.
So
no. Why would I mean, I've seen the
there's
show,
a movie
but yeah,
that's
go ahead.
it's not called like the Brady Bunch in its movie. There's a movie called the Brady Bunch movie, and it is like a parody of the Brady Bunch. It's like, what if the Brady Bunch family lived in modern times, which when the movie came out was like the late 90s or whatever. And they were still all like 70s go lucky and stuff, like, because that was, that's like bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what like life really is and stuff. So that was kind of the idea of those. So we could do it like that, where we're like, we play the Hardy Boys as a couple of like ignorant fucks who like, have to solve some kind of drug king murder, and there's scenes where like we go into like a biker bar and there's people like doing cocaine, and we're like, I love Fun Dip and like bullshit like that, and we've got like the sweaters and the collars going and stuff like that.
I look good in a sweater vest. I would throw on a sweater vest just to clarify. I will do that.
So we do a rated R comedy version of the Hardy Boys, and Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer play our dads. The Hardy Boys have two dads in this situation, and they're the father of the Hardy Boys. So we don't, because, look, we don't have any money.
So are we adopted, or did one of our dads...
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I think that...
Was one of our dads previously married...
No, it was. Okay. It definitely wasn't that. It definitely wasn't that.
Semantics.
Yeah, we don't even bring that up. We just, the Hardy Boys...
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, we do like a rated R comedy, like, so we can either do it that sort of play it like the ignorant, like go lucky Hardy Boys, or we can just be like we can do it sort of like a, not necessarily like a coming of age style story, not exactly, but a coming of age in the sense where these guys are, here's what it is. So there's these two guys, we could play it like this. There's these two guys who they've got nothing going for them. Like, they can't even, they don't even work at the, 7-Eleven. They can't even get a job at a 7-Eleven. They're just like floating around. They witness a murder, but the police don't believe them, so they have to go out and solve it, and obviously they get into all kinds of crazy antics. Maybe they steal a boat, all kinds of stuff like that. And it's the new Hardy Boys.
And there could be a scene where, like, one of us, like, ends up with, like, a criminal's gun, and we're, like, pointing at a criminal, and, like, the criminal's like, you don't even know how to shoot the gun, and we're like, yeah, I do, but we really don't, because we're, like, big pussies, and, like, and then he accidentally, like, turns around because somebody else walks in, and he like fires the gun on accident and then like drops it, and then we don't have the gun, and then the criminals are there, like, you go, now we gotcha, and then somehow we weasel our way out of like our hands tied behind ropes,
all kinds of crazy shit. I think that the Hardy Boys needs to be rebooted for the modern era, because I think that the same reason why those books worked is the same reason that this movie is going to work, is the same reason that our podcast works, is because it's a story about brothers at the end of the day. Okay? And they have to go through a lot of stuff, but I think it's a story that people can relate to if they have brothers, and even if they are only child, even if they're an only child, they can sort of get that sense of what it might be like to have a brother. I think at the end of the day, the story of the Hardy Boys is a story about family. And while this would be super out there, this would be a very out there movie, that's what this would ultimately come down to.
I like that idea. I think that would actually work. I think that you're describing two very different movies, though. Like, one of them seems more like do they both have that comedy spin that you talked about in the first one, though?
Oh, yeah.
Because the first one I feel
that
like was
one's a
more
little
like
campy.
Okay.
If we were to do it like the Brady Bunch movie style, this one is it's much more fun, and it's a lot more.
I will say that I like that idea. We have now, I think, 5 GoFundMes that we've started.
Wow. That's
during
pretty good.
One podcast,
That's pretty good.
1 hour podcast, 5 GoFundMes, a lot of money to raise. Going off a point that you brought up there, and then I think we should kind of maybe wrap it up. For those of you who don't know what it's like to have a brother, there's a hole down here in the basement that I'm in once from where he swung a baseball bat at my head.
See, this is what it's like to have a brother. That's exactly what it's like. Because first of all, that's not what happened, but that is what it's like.
I'm quick.
And that's not what happened at all.
It was like a hard.
It had like a plastic
core with like a plastic part
going through it.
But like it would have fucked you up. If you hit
which is why I was shocked when you threw it at me, at my head, you lunatic.
That's just not what happened. You swung the bat. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's go on record and say who is the only one of us who's ever cracked the other one's head open.
Yes, but that was a whole different situation. That was I threw you against the wall. I can actually prove that I did not swing the baseball bat at you. I can actually prove it. Using forensic science, I can prove it. We don't have time on this podcast. We'll save it for a different one. I know we got to wrap up here.
But let me hear why, because I know exactly what you're going to say, and I hope
the angle of the hole.
Why? Because I'm left-handed?
Because I'm right-handed.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
No.
So we're different hands. So whichever way the angle goes.
No. Well, I mean, that I would still... Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, so I would still win that way. But you didn't swing the bat at me. You threw it at me from across the room.
But it would still... I don't know. I'm pretty sure you swung it at me.
Matthew, I remember this moment so well.
You always be saying that shit, though. I've remembered
because I
so
do
well, and you don't remember shit. You can't even get from a house that you lived in for 22 years to a house that you've lived in for a full year without a
GPS. Man. Albert Einstein forgot to put on clothes. I'm not comparing myself to Albert Einstein. So now you're comparing yourself to Albert Einstein. People's brains work differently. They retain different information.
Your hair kind of looks like Albert Einstein's hair. Receding hairline, but it's all crazy. Yeah, how about that? Fuck you, Mr. Baseball Bat
I did not swing the bat. You are a baseball bat thrower. You threw the bat at me, dude.
I never even played baseball, dude. How would I know how to swing a baseball bat?
Kids have toy baseball bats all the time that never play baseball. Kids that don't even have never watched baseball. That's a story for a different podcast. I was thinking about that the other day.
So now they're stacked up with you've cracked my head open before, based with a wall in play, and you also played baseball. I've never cracked your head open, and I've never played baseball. So you're two.
That's not even evidence. I have forensic evidence that you were the one that
I'm looking at the hole right now.
Bat.
Because if I'm swinging like this, no, like I'm looking at the hole. I can see it. Well, it's patched, but I can see the crack. Andy, it's cracked like this way, like it full. Well, I don't know. Are we flipped? Like it? I don't know. I'm telling you, next time you're home, like you got to see this hole. It is a right-handed baseball swing through the fucking wall.
We're gonna get forensics to look at this. We're gonna get fucking NCIS to lock down the scene. Fucking Jethro Gibbs.
Where's he at? Get his ass here.
I'm putting on the signal. Jethro Gibbs is coming down to the basement, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this situation.
It's like this. This is the Jethro Gibbs signal. It's just a J.
I think Jethro. Does Jethro start with a J? I thought it started with a G.
It's with a G. It's a G. It might be a G.
We'll put up a J, but he'll know what we mean. Yeah.
Yeah. We're looking.
Well, Gibbs.
Or we can do GG because Jethro Gibbs.
I'm not even. I'm just. This is not even.
Like this.
That's nothing. That's no letter. This is Sanskrit. If you write it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this
I
at
think
another time.
I think my final count was. I think my final count was 33
That's
yawns.
pretty good.
And that's complete guess. I started counting at
Yeah,
like 29.
wow.
So I know I
That's
had
pretty good.
4. But I felt like I went through like a 5-minute span where I had at least
Yeah,
15.
you had a lot of yawns. You're
So-
such a little guy. Adorable.
I'm busy, man.
Yeah.
I'm busy. I'm tired.
Well, look.
I push my body to the max.
O.J. Simpson style, baby. Full circle. Let's wrap
Yep.
it up. Ladies and gentlemen,
Full circle.
thank you guys for listening
Ted
to this
Cruz.
episode of the podcast.
You guys decide.
Yes, let us know about that Who Would Win of the Week. I can't believe that, dude. That's such a fucking
Let us know what
crazy
you think
one.
about Ted Cruz in general. We're not going to say anything else because for legal reasons, we already covered
Yeah.
our own ass. We said what we said. Andy, final words.
Everybody, thank you guys for listening. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to YouTube. Give us a rating if you're up to it. And thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate you. Oh, and feel free to share the podcast with people that you like.
We'd love if you guys would share
That'd
the
be pretty
podcast.
cool,
That'd
man.
be just so
Yeah,
nice of you.
I
Yeah.
honestly appreciate that very much. But I'm not going to
yeah.
tell you what to do.
Just as Andy said, yeah, no, you cannot, Andy. That is true. We live in a free
Absolutely. There
country.
you go.
You can murder people and not get caught. All that good stuff.
Jesus.
Thanks for listening again, guys. Good episode. It's nice. It's nice sometimes just have Andy and I on here, catch up a little bit, chat. Andy, thank you so much for the birthday present. That really is what dreams
Shout
are
out
made
to
of.
Darren Page.
I
Hit her
think
up on
that
Cameo.
If I play my cards right, I do believe that that I can make something work with Darren. Oh, also forgot to tell you, quick update. I know that you signed your lease, did you not?
Yeah.
I know what we talked about last episode. So did I. So we both found apartments.
Wow.
We'll bring that up again. I forgot I wanted to bring that up. But now everybody already probably tuned out because we both already said thanks for listening.
Yeah.
So
They know.
nobody's hearing this part of it. But
Thanks
thanks again.
There's multiple wrap-ups on
yeah,
the
give
show.
us a share. Give us a rating if you want. Tell your friends about the pod. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Check out the YouTube channel. Do all that stuff. It helps us out a ton. And we're just happy to be able to sit here and do this for you guys. Andy, thanks again for the birthday
Yeah,
present.
you got it.
Unbelievable.
Happy birthday.
We'll talk soon. Hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yep. Thanks,
And
guys.
everybody have a good night.
Get out of here.